慈悲福生无量. Hello everyone and welcome to another session or class of the Tao Study Group. Okay, we are going to have a shorter class today. I will tell you a story about 4 deities. This is a picture maybe some of you already saw before. And they are called the雷公 电母 风伯 雨师. From left to right is a 雷公 电母 风伯 雨师. So in the Chinese folklore, these are mystical creatures or deities that hold great significance in the cultural and religious belief. So雷公, the person on the left, or this deity on the left side, he's holding also the drums. And Dianmu is the second person as the mother of the thunder, of the lightning. Fengbo, the uncle of the wind, and the Yushi, the master of the rain. They are deities associated with thunder and rain. So they are also part of the thunder department, Leibu. These are legendary beings that have been worshipped for centuries, and their stories have been passed down through generations. So the thunder god雷公and the lightning goddess or mother of the lightning Dianmu are a pair of deities representing the thunder in Chinese mythology. So when we see these 2 deities, they represent the thunder, and not only on this painting but on many paintings they represent the thunder, and also in the Chinese culture or mythology we use sometimes metaphors for a different thing. So their origins can be traced back into the Chinese ancient beliefs of those traditions. So雷公, also known as the thunder god, is a fierce deity with a red face or bulging eyes, a muscular body. He looks sometimes like a pig, sometimes like a beast. It's more like a beast appearance here. You see a little bit of a pig nose, and he is carrying a hammer or drums or both. So here on our picture you see him holding the hammers too, and around him have some drums. So why the thunder or the drums represent the thunder is because they can make several sounds. It sounds like thunder from far away, and then they can make sounds that it sounds like the thunder come very near. So the drum always represent the雷公, or also the thunder in general. He uses the hammer and the drum to create thunder by striking it. So the hammer actually represent the drumsticks. So it is believed that the sound of thunder, what we hear when there's thunder rain, is come from his powerful drumming. And it is also believed that the thunder is driving away evil. So in the moment we have the Lei Yu. And as I promised, I want to talk more about the Leibu and Thunder Department, Thunder God, in the coming months for the Lei Yu. So today we are introducing the雷公 电母 风伯 雨师. It's a very important part of the Department of Thunder. So the reason why, since ancient times, in this month we use the word or the term Lei Yu is because it's summer, it's very hot, and usually now the season of thunders start, and for the coming months there's supposed to have more thunder and this kind of weather environment. So it is also a good time for fasting, for cleaning, because otherwise there is some disease that could find their way into our system. And fasting is a very good way to cleaning out the body. So since ancient times they use this month for fasting period, fasting season. So Dianmu, on the other side, is the person, is the woman or female deity. You can see here holding also some kind of drums or like a little kind of instrument in both hands, drumming instrument. She is like the lightning goddess or lightning mother and the counterpart of the Leigong. She's often seen as a beautiful woman dressed in traditional female clothing, holding mirrors or holding little drums. The mirrors, they are represent the lightning. So because when there's a mirror, you're holding a mirror, and sometimes it flashes up like this. So also the mirror is a Taoist tool or a priest artifact they use for empowering items like statues or paintings of deities to bring the light of the thunder or also the divine light into this item. Sometimes you see also the Dianmu together or holding symbols like big symbols like the Naobo we use in the Taoist ceremony. Because in the Taoist ceremony we are also playing these kind of traditional instruments, the drum, the woodfish, the cymbals, and the bells. They all represent heavenly music. And when we listen to the music or the sound of the nature, it is also very obvious that the thunder and the rain and the wind and all these play a very important role. And with the instrument in the ceremony, we also try to have this kind of characteristics. Dianmu controlled the lightning and is responsible for illuminating the skies during the thunderstorms. She's also associated with the protection against evil spirits and negative energies. So the Dianmu also helps us, the same what we just talk about with the Lei Gong, with her spiritual or mystical weapons or items. And the symbols or the mirror is not a weapon, but they use this to drive away evil spirits. Every type of deity has their special item or tool or kind of weapon they use to do good deeds and help the humans. So in China, in temples dedicated to the Lei Gong and Dianmu, have in every city, bigger city, in every region, you find various types. Sometimes they have worship or a temple hall only for Lei Gong, sometimes for all four, sometimes only Lei Gong Dianmu, and so on. So you find it in different areas, different regions in China, in the temples, find that in also different variations. And of course, worshipping these deities to ask for protection against evil spirits and such. So worshippers visiting the temple seek protection against also weather conditions, lightning strikes, and so on. So this is very common in the countryside, where they don't have this kind of protection on the houses and often have issues with lightning. Also for praying for good weather. So in the seasons where we seed out or where we collect the crops, we would pray for lightning, and so for the Lei Gong and Dianmu for good weather. One of the most significant festivals associated with Lei Gong and Dianmu is also the Dragon Boat Festival, Duanwujie, which is celebrated on the 5th day of the 5th lunar month. Just recently, actually not even a month ago, about a month ago. So this festival also pays homage to the Qu Yuan, a famous poet. During this festival, people hang up colorful pouches with herbs and medical plants to ward off evil spirits, and including thunder and lightning. So this is something like a little pouch. Yesterday I give this to one of my students, disciples, because they drive car very late in the night, driving very far. So I give them a little pouch for protection, also against evil spirits, against different things, and protect them. It's like a little pouch that you can hang up in your car or when you're driving or in your house. So also salt, for example, there's salt, so not only herbs but also minerals are involved in this. Salt usually is used also to ward off evil. Fengbo and Yushi, the Lord of the Wind and the Master of the Rain. Fengbo and Yushi on our picture is the from the right side, the first and the second deity. Fengbo, the Lord of the Wind, and Yushi are two deities associated with the wind and the Chinese in the Chinese folklore. Wind and rain. They've been worshipped also to calm the natural elements of the environment, to calm the wind and calm the rain. Sometimes I've been in many storms, like really heavy storms in China. Some areas, especially also Beijing, for example, they have very dry weather all year, but then for a season of a couple weeks, I think they have so many. It's like a monsoon. It's like crazy, you know. When you're outside during this time, you can be lucky to survive. So usually the Fengbo Yushi are worshipped to, you know, protect against the natural disasters, nature disasters. Fengbo, known as the Lord of Wind, is often seen as a mighty warrior riding a dragon or a chariot. And here on our picture you can see him riding a dragon, the dragon also spitting out some kind of light, some lightning. He has the 3 eyes, the third eye you can see here on this picture as well. So he is often seen also on a chariot, wielding a sword or a fan to control the winds. His power over the wind is inspiring but also fearsome. The Fengbo, you know, if you want to control the weather as a Taoist priest, I've seen something like this online as a Taoist practitioner. Somebody want to control the weather, they need to have a very good connection to the Fengbo Yushi, and of course Lei Gong and Dianmu as well. The Yushi is the master of the rain and the counterpart of Fengbo. Yushi is often seen as an elderly man with a long white beard or Taoist robe. Here on the picture he is seen in a normal human appearance, while some of them look more kind of spiritual beast shape of body or something. Look normal and like a human. He carries a staff or an umbrella, you know, sometimes. And here on this picture you can see he's carrying a cup of water. He's holding a cup of water, or the cup filled with water, and in the other hand some leaves to spray out the water. What you also often seen in ceremonies is called the sajing Yishi, where you spread out the water to drive off evil spirits. So he uses his item to create the rain. Yushi is maintaining a balance between rain and drought, ensuring the fertility of the land and prosperity of the crops. So in the farming area, or you know, where people still live from the fields, they often do worshipping for the Fengbo Yushi to have a good outcome from their work, all year work, and then the crops should be plenty. They often have worshipping ceremonies for praying to the Fengbo and Yushi in rural areas of China. And agricultural festivals also include the Fengbo and Yushi as a kind of good blessing. So when you have, like, in kind of rural areas where you have agricultural festivals, or the agricultural industry, they also use this kind of good omen to celebrate the Yushi and Fengbo. Festivals are dedicated to seek blessing and also against heavy rainfalls. The heavy rainfalls, they can like make away all the seeds and all this. So before the seeding period, they put out the seeds. They would also pray for against the heavy rainfalls. So essential for success in the harvest is that all the weather conditions are favorable, and for growing good crops you need to have good weather conditions, not too hot, not too cold, not too heavy rain, not too dry. So the farmers, they also pray for balanced weather. Rituals involve offerings, praying, and then also in temples, of course, they have ceremonies with the Taoist priests. So the worship of雷公 电母 风伯 雨师 has had a profound impact on Chinese culture and society since ancient times. The legend, the symbolism, the worship, and also for example, there's comic shows or like cartoons. They also show many of the Taoist deities and Fengbo Yushi, Leigong Dianmu. They also have their parts in the cartoons. I remember I have somewhere saved many cartoons, Taoist cartoons, where they basically explain history or stories or legends of the Taoist culture from history, from the Taoist history. And they many play a role, not only the Sun Wukong or the Monkey King, but also a lot of different legends, the Tianshi, for example, or different other figures, person of the Taoist culture and history. So in the normal Chinese life, or also in the temple life and the religious, Taoist religious communities, in art, literature, in traditional festivals, you will always see pictures of Leigong, Dianmu, Fengbo, and Yushi. The characters of Leigong, Dianmu, Fengbo, and Yushi are cultural symbols associated with the force of nature. They represent power and unpredictability of thunder and lightning, wind and rain, and their presence in folklore and mythology has been contributed to a deeper understanding of the natural world. People worship the Leigong Dianmu Fengbo Yushi for protection, but also respecting the nature. We, as a human type of being, we live in symbiosis with the nature. We live from it, and we cannot live without the nature, right? We need everything around us as the environment to be a complete being. And worshipping to these deities for our own development, for having a harmony of nature and human and nature, heaven, earth, and human, dates back to ancient times. Worshipping these deities reflect people's strong connection to the nature and the recognition of this significant life. So legends surrounding Leigong, Dianmu, Fengbo, and Yushi, yeah, they always show a balance and harmony with the environment. Like, kind of a thing we would tell our kids, to live in harmony with the nature, to respect the environment, and so on. They also represent this kind of message. The awareness of environmental changing through the human, and most of you probably already heard that many temples, especially Wudangshan for example, they are built in a way that they don't destroy the environment, the nature, the natural shape of where they are built. Wudangshan, for example, didn't cut one wood, one tree from the local forest, but brought from far away the tree, the wood they used for building the temple areas. So harmony and balance with the environment as a human is a very big priority in the Taoist culture. Rituals associated with these deities also involve herbs and plants and minerals to ward off evil spirits and promote well-being. So to ask for the health, ask for the protection. You see, a lot of people, they don't understand why this thunder department, what is happening with this. Thunder is representing a very specific idea in the Taoist theories or philosophy. Thunder is a high yang energy, and if you remember, we are talking about the Bagua. The thunder is something mostly powerful what we use, and thunder, the Zhen, is traveling under earth, so it has a very important connection with the earth as well. And when we understand that the thunder is not only the thunder but also the lightning, lightning, if you look at the lightning, the temperature is so much higher than even the sun. So there's nothing hotter than this lightning, nothing more powerful. So we can use this kind of energy, the yang qi, to also develop and cultivate the qi and heal the bodies. So this thunder department is also part of the medicine or the traditional or Taoist medicine, spiritual, medical culture or practice since very long time. The Chinese medicine or herbal medicine, the Taoist spiritual medicine, they all use the kind of thunder methods in terms of spiritual healing, and of course they have a very deep connection to the natural, or like ancient healing methods. Worshipping the thunder department or thunder gods not only include the 普化天尊, 九天元雷神普化天尊, which we are going to talk in the future, but also different other deities. And Fengbo, Leigong, Dianmu, Fengbo, Yushi are a very important part. If somebody wants to cultivate healing methods, for example, they should learn and study the thunder traditions. Leifa, the thunder methods, is a very great source for healing methods, for healing practices in the Taoist healing. And they have a very good outcome, if you ask me. So, 好吧。Like I said, today we are going to have a shorter class for the Taoist study group, and we are going to continue next week with our program, and I hope you enjoyed. Maybe next week we can talk about the 九天银元雷神扑火天尊 and talk about the other deities of the Thunder department to know more about this Taoist or this type of Taoist culture. 好吧, so those I see you later in the other classes. See you soon, and the others I see you next week. 福生无量天尊，慈悲慈悲. Have a good day.